I think we're getting more comfortable with both lineups. You know, DB at the 5 and me at the 4, and then also me at the 5 as the only big. I think especially like a game like today against Jokic, you know, to force Jokic to be in a lot of pick and roll, they're coming off to back-to-back, put him in a situation where he has to play a lot of defense, try to get him a little bit tired, but he's still a monster on the offense end. So, but yeah, I think we're getting more and more comfortable, you know, playing this way.
The Dallas Mavericks get a 111-101 win at home at the American Airlines Center to improve to 9-4 on the season, thanks to the Unicorn and a big fourth quarter from Tim Hardaway Jr. This is the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. You can catch you on your home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. The Dallas Mavericks get a signature win at home as they defeat the Denver Nuggets 111-101. Kristaps Porzingis, 29 points in this game, 12 of those coming in the third quarter. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 13 of his 19 points in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks used a 14-2 run with a ultimate small ball lineup that had Dorian Finney-Smith at the center to blitz the second unit of the Denver Nuggets to start the fourth quarter to earn their 9th win of the season. Luka Doncic had to leave the game with 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter due to spraining his left ankle. He's said to be okay, looking forward to trying getting himself prepared to take on the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers on the road for their next 4 games. He finished the game with 23 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr., as I mentioned, 19 points, 13 of those coming in the fourth quarter alone. Jalen Brunson, 8 of 12, 17 big points in this game. But the story was Kristaps Porzingis. Again, 29 points in this game, 12 of those coming in a big third quarter to get the Mavericks back into the game. Were they able to cut the lead to 4, and then going into the fourth quarter, use that 14-2 run to blitz the Denver Nuggets to get the win at home. This game started off fast and furious in the first quarter. Both teams were hot from the field. Both teams shot 14 of 22 from the field. The Mavs shot 50% from 3. Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis combined for 20 points in the first quarter alone, but the Denver Nuggets won that first quarter as we look at it, or the Mavericks actually got a Jalen Brunson 3 to end the first quarter where it was tied at 32. Jalen Brunson hits a 3 at the end of the first quarter to be able to get the lead at 35-32. In the second quarter, though, is where things turned up for the Denver Nuggets. Bol came out and scored 7 of the first 10 points of the second quarter for the Denver Nuggets, but at the same time, the Mavericks got off to a very slow start themselves, started off 2 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 to start the second quarter, and they only scored 14 points in that second quarter. The Nuggets outscored the Mavericks 14-5 in the final 6:09 of the second quarter to take a 58-49 lead into halftime as the Denver Nuggets seemed to be rolling, especially only holding the Mavericks to just a 14-point second quarter. But the second half, though, things really changed for the Dallas Mavericks, and it started on the defensive end. At the end of the first half, Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis had combined for 30 of the Mavericks' 49 points, but the Mavericks only shot 43% from the field. The Nuggets had 14 assists on 22 made field goals, shooting 52% from the field. Monte Morris was really good in the first half, had 11 points, was a plus 13 in the first half. Nikola Jokic, who wound up with 35 points in this game, was really good, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists in the first half alone, really taking advantage of mismatches with Dwight Powell and really cooking Willie Cauley-Stein at points in that first half. But the third quarter and then the second half is where things changed for the Dallas Mavericks. They held the Denver Nuggets to just 43 points total in the second half, including the decisive fourth quarter where they outscored them 32-18 in that third quarter. Kristaps Porzingis was absolutely spectacular. He had 12 points. Him and Nikola Jokic were putting on a show back and forth in that third quarter. Nikola Jokic also had 12 points, the NBA's MVP, as the Nuggets were coming off of a back-to-back where they had blown out the Portland Trail Blazers at home before traveling to Dallas to take on the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Nikola Jokic was really good, especially in that third quarter. But as I mentioned, the Mavericks were able to cut the lead to 4 going into the fourth quarter, and that is when Jason Kidd pulled out an adjustment that no one really saw coming. Dorian Finney-Smith started the fourth quarter at the 5. Dorian Finney-Smith, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, and Frank Ntilikina started the fourth quarter for the Dallas Mavericks, but the Mavericks blitzed the Denver Nuggets with a 14-2 run to start off the fourth quarter, and that lineup was plus 12 in those minutes there.
What do you think about that lineup at the start of the fourth quarter and kind of just change the whole momentum of things?
I think it was funky. He called me into the game in the fourth, and I looked down the line. I said, we don't got a guy over 6'7", 6'8" on the floor. So we knew going into the fourth, we wanted to get the pace going, get it high, and we knew that we understood that they were coming off a back end of a back-to-back. So just wanted to get that pace going higher and making sure that when we get stops, everybody getting rebound and we just run.
The Dallas Mavericks were able to hit 3 straight three-pointers to take the lead, and they never looked back from there. The defensive energy that Dorian Finney-Smith, Reggie Bullock, and that small ball lineup brought and took to the Denver Nuggets helped them outlast a Nuggets team that started to wear down as the game went on. And you give Jason Kidd a lot of credit for recognizing the opportunity to seize and capitalize on the momentum and the moment that was for the Dallas Mavericks, given the fact that the Mavericks had not played well defensively in the first half, but they slowly stayed with it. They were able to overcome a lot of adversity in this game. You saw in the third quarter had a little bit of a kerfuffle moment with Dorian Finney-Smith, also Reggie Bullock getting into it with JaMychal Green after JaMychal Green had gotten hooked by Frank Ntilikina. But you give this Mavericks team for using that moment as a galvanizing moment to move to 9-4 on the season with Kristaps Porzingis' 29 big points in the game itself, and 12 of those coming in the third quarter alone. So the Dallas Mavericks now, as they get ready to go on the road to take on the Phoenix Suns, get a huge win. Kristaps Porzingis now, since his return from the low back tightness, 23.2 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. Of course, he missed those 5 straight games with the low back tightness. He has been really good since coming back for the Dallas Mavericks. And now for the Mavericks all time, 13-5 all time with Kristaps Porzingis goes for at least 25 points and at least 10 rebounds in this game. 29 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn who stuffed the stat sheet, going 5 of 8 from downtown for the Dallas Mavericks. So all in all, a terrific night, especially for the defense going into the second half. We know that this Mavericks team has been calling on its defense at times to win ugly at times during the season, but give them credit. They were able to, especially in the fourth quarter, turn up the offense. And Tim Hardaway Jr., give him a lot of credit in this game, too. He's really struggled mightily in the game against San Antonio. Came up big in the fourth quarter, 13 big points, knocking down threes. At one point, blowing kisses to the sky after getting a 3 to rattle down for him. You could tell that it was a big moment for him to help his team and get that win, and being able to help the Dallas Mavericks get their 9th win of the season in 13 games. Now 6-1 at home are the Dallas Mavericks. When you look at how they started this year, good for them. A signature win at home against a Denver Nuggets team that had blown out the Portland Trail Blazers, but a lot of unsung heroes in this game. As we mentioned, Dorian Finney-Smith in this game was able to help this Mavericks team, especially in the fourth quarter. He went 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. He is starting to gain some rhythm when it comes to his ability to knock down the three-pointer. But more importantly, Kristaps Porzingis helped this Dallas Mavericks team shoot 50% overall from the field, nearly 39% from the three-point line. The comfortability that he is experiencing playing at the 5 and being the lone big on the floor, this team is much more efficient when they're able to use the spacing with Kristaps Porzingis, whether it be in pick-and-roll situations, pick-and-pop situations. There was even in one point in this game where him and Luka Doncic were running the 2-man game on a little give-and-go. Kristaps Porzingis makes a nice pocket pass to a cutting Luka Doncic in the lane for a layup. This team is much better when they use the single big man on the floor and Kristaps Porzingis playing at the 5. We know that Jason Kidd wanted to get Porzingis back to playing some of the things that he was doing at the 4 spot when he was in New York. That's just simply not an efficient way for the Mavericks to go about playing winning basketball on the offense. It's about moving the basketball, 30 assists on 45 made field goals tonight. Also with Kristaps Porzingis being able to make plays out in space, whether it be picking and popping, whether it be making plays for himself or for his teammates. An underrated passer, Kristaps Porzingis. This is the kind of offense that you want to see the Mavericks run. And at the same time, they're going to continue to see how these two big lineups work. Look, they're not going to go away from it. Dwight Powell is going to continue to not only remain starting, but you're going to see this team having the two bigs in the same lineup at the same time. I don't know how much longer, especially when you look at the success that the Mavericks continue to have with the single big man in the lineup, that you want to continue to run that out there. But again, this team is still trying to figure its way out. Jason Kidd has said multiple times that, look, by Christmas we will know who we are. And again, the Mavericks overcome some adversity in this game. Luka Doncic only going 9 of 23 from the field, but at the same time had the 23 big points. Kristaps Porzingis, again, with the 29 points. We will see how they fare now against the upper echelon of the Western Conference. You did well against the Denver Nuggets. Now you're going to take on the defending Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns, and then taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. But give the Dallas Mavericks credit for the way that they handled their business inside the American Airlines Center after getting a terrific win, one of their more complete wins on the road against San Antonio, then coming back home to take on the NBA's MVP and Nikola Jokic. Yes, he got his, had 35 points, 16 rebounds in this game, had 6 assists, but at the same time really put the clamps on this Nuggets team in the fourth quarter. And again, that has been the calling card of this team all season long, is that they're going to win with their defense, and in this game, their offense came up big for them in the fourth quarter. Again, big MVP shout-out for this game. The MVP of this game, Tim Hardaway Jr., especially in the fourth quarter, but Kristaps Porzingis really kept them in it, especially in the second half. So the Dallas Mavericks now 9-4 on the season, 6-1 at home, playing really good basketball at home. Now go on the road for their next 4 games, 2 in Phoenix, 2 in Los Angeles when they take on the Clippers. A big stretch of games early on this season to really give us a litmus test on how good this Mavericks team really is. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Again, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. It's been another episode of The Gray Area right here at the American Airlines Center. The Mavericks win 111-101 over the Denver Nuggets. 9-4 on the season, 6-1 at home. Kristaps Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jason Kidd, the adjustments, the big heroes in this game. We'll talk to you later. Peace.